Alrighty, Rudy. How's it going, little Dunchlets? How's everybody's week's been?
Pretty good.
Again, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the listeners. And if you're talking to your radio, we can't hear you. So stop.
Yeah. Be a little smarter next time.
Yeah, because it's only 1,000 IQ people who listen to our show, Jet.
Exactly.
We know that for sure.
We don't know that for sure.
No, we
In
don't.
fact, if they're smart enough, they probably already tuned out.
Let's just say that. Before anything really goes down on this show, if you're smart enough, you'll stop listening right now.
Yeah. Which is why you and I, we can't even leave.
Exactly. We are stuck here trying to do a show. It is 3 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, which means it's not quite dinner, not quite lunch. So it has to be dunch.
Exactly.
It's dunch time. I am feeling good about this week. Just the vibe of the week has been pretty good. How about you?
I feel all right.
Yeah? I know you got a lot on your plate right now, so I don't expect you to be all happy
right.
and chipper and whatever. But, I'll tell you, one thing is bothering me.
What's bothering you?
Why is the studio still spooky? It's messing up my vibe.
It's not my fault.
For those of you who don't know, the radio studio that we are recording this and broadcasting this through right now, decorated for Halloween. And all through October, it was amazing, and it really put me in a good mood. It's like, yeah. But now it's November, and I can deal with the pumpkins, of course. But you cut those pumpkins up a little bit.
Yeah. Or in this case, paint a little black nail polish on it.
Okay, yeah, but that's gonna mess up my vibe. Mm-hmm. That's a jack-o'-lantern at that point, and nobody can go back in time. So I guess the closest thing we have is next October. I don't want to think about where I'm gonna be next October.
You know what the craziest thing is? These pumpkins light up from like the actual pumpkin part and not the hole. The hole does not light up because it is dark.
Interesting.
Isn't that weird to think that we just accept these being inverted?
I don't accept them at all.
Wow.
Well, geez, let's get right into it. Do you want to go theme song mode, or
yeah, let's play the
have
theme
it up?
song.
Are you even prepared
for
this?
Look, it's up. It's just the laptop went to sleep. Okay.
Oh, geez,
it went to sleep,
are
Jackson.
Go to sleep if you don't get it together.
Okay. Just relax. It's fine.
Am I expected to be filling time right now?
No, I'm gonna cut you out right now.
You're gonna cut me right now. Okay. Well, Jet, that was a great theme song. And, music often has a way of touching us that no other, artistic medium can touch us. I know that's true for me. And I want to acknowledge the fact that before the show, Jet and I both had our headphones on. I think we've been having better shows when I can't, I got to save up my funny with you, So I don't talk to Jet for 10 minutes before the show. Obviously, I'm coming in. I'm hanging out with him in the studio. We're getting all this stuff together. Then that 10-minute mark, you hit 2:50, and we both put our headphones in. And you know what we did today?
What did we do?
You were there. I'm asking the listeners. Gosh.
Well, I'm listening to you.
Okay,
Am I not a listener?
We both played Jet's favorite hype-up song,
X Gon Give It To You.
X Gon Give It To You by DMX.
Not that we're endorsing this. It exists.
It is a song that exists objectively. It's higher energy, a little bit higher BPM, beats per minute. So it'll kind of get your blood pumping. And I guess that's not the thing that's getting my blood pumping, though that was a good song. I went out to try and get a Diet Coke before this, just because I wanted a little caffeine boost, because I think it's better when I'm not lazy and drowsy and whatever.
And really, what better way to do it than with a Diet Coke?
What better way? Well, I'll tell you with what better way. I don't know what that was coming out as. So I go out there, and you're supposed to be able to use your little BH identification card to use the machines out there. And I tried it, and it didn't work. And then I tried the other one, and it didn't work. So I went up to the bookstore, got a Red Bull. You said you were going to the bathroom, so we both headed down there, and I just slammed that Red Bull in the bathroom, baby.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to ride the bull.
Sometimes you got to crush cans in the bathroom.
That's
on campus.
No. I would stay away from saying anything like that.
Okay.
Crush cans of
Red Bull.
Yes, of Red Bull, of soda maybe even. Have you seen that that new spring water, the Liquid Death? Have you been getting at? No way, you have?
Yeah, Thomas had some
what?
of that.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I really want a can to keep.
Yeah. Shout out to Thomas for giving me Liquid Death.
Yeah, it's Liquid Death spring water, and it's just a can of, it's like a tall boy can of water.
It looks like beer, and that's why he got it.
Yeah. It's super cool, though. Like, I love the advertisements that they were doing for that, talking about water kills how many people a year, and nobody's, treating it like the dangerous liquid it is. And then it's just water. But it made me laugh. It made an impact. I'll tell you that.
Made an impact on me, too.
Mm-hmm.
It hydrated me.
Okay, that's good.
That's what it did.
'Cause I know you're not drinking enough water. Ever.
Yeah, well, this was months ago.
Oh, that's the only water he's had in months, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, of course, why would I have any water? Because water? You know who else drinks water?
Who?
Murderers. Yeah, I'm trying not to become one of those.
Okay. And you think the biggest step you can take towards not murdering is not drinking any water?
Yeah.
You're gonna murder yourself, guy.
Well, shoot.
Need to be hydrated.
I mean,
well, what are you thinking? I'm sorry, I just cut you off.
No, keep
Thoughts?
going. Keep going.
Thoughts, Jet?
Thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to talk about our falling out that we've had earlier today?
We had a falling out?
We sure did.
When I was late to the
You
studio?
want to pull up your text right now?
Oh.
You guys will not believe what he said to me. Okay?
Yeah, here,
This is ridiculous.
Let me get it up.
This is absurd. The thing that he said to me was, why? Oh.
I said, yo, because I was going to see if he would let me do some homework in his room earlier today. I didn't know if he had a class or whatever, but...
I didn't know you had a class.
And, no, tell him what you said back to me.
Well, I have to pull out my phone to do that.
I thought you had it on your iPad.
Well, no.
I'd like you to have your own voice in this.
I have like 3 screens in front of me constantly, and I never have the right thing on any
It's true. It's always wrong.
Jackson,
Yeah.
what do you mean by YO? Like as an abbreviation for you're out? Because I founded this business, and you can't take that away from me.
That's what he said to me.
That's exactly word for word what I said to him, minus the 2 angry emojis.
Do you want to tell him when you sent that to me?
When I sent that to you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago. How's that going to help me now?
How's that going to help you now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or even 20 minutes ago.
How is it going to help you? How is it going to help me reaffirm my position over you?
I'm not worried about you. Nobody's worried about you.
I'm so confused.
Jet,
Why would you just...
to keep me from jumping over this table right now and just giving you a little pop in the nose there,
Okay,
I
somebody's
think let's
worried
go
about
into some
me.
questions.
No, somebody's worried
I
about
think we should go into some questions.
me. Okay, fine.
I'm getting a little
Fine.
enraged here. I'll start throwing lamps.
There's one lamp.
There's one lamp, and there's about to be no lamps after I throw it, before you ask some questions.
Okay, Jackson,
Yeah.
hold on. Let's take a deep breath. But don't breathe into the mic. Okay.
I'm feeling better, I'll be honest.
Still mad at you.
Okay, let's hear it.
What is your first memory?
My first memory...
Like, how old were you?
Oh, I had to have been 2, 3,
2 or
4,
3? Okay.
5, 12. Somewhere in there. My guess is that I was like 4. This is my first like iconic memory. Is it episodic?
Episodic?
Yeah.
How many episodes of your life are there?
Well, I heard the show's getting canceled, so
It is?
yeah.
Oh,
It's
maybe
just
Yo is a little
studio
more...
execs are not happy with my ratings. Nobody likes me. So I'm sitting in my playroom, and I'm playing with this drum kit that I had just recently gotten for Christmas.
Okay.
And I guess I had a bloody nose.
Oh.
And there's yellow wallpaper in my playroom. And I decided I'll just sneeze. I mean, I didn't decide, but I didn't decide to do anything about the sneeze to try and, take care of it. And I'll be honest, it was speckled red and yellow wallpaper when I was done. It was kind of gross.
Little ketchup and mustard didn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. What about you?
I'd have to say my first memory was I came out of the womb, right?
Uh-huh.
And they tried to stick a toothpick in me to see if I was done,
To
you know?
see if you...
Well,
Hang on, huh?
well,
Where were you born?
same place you were.
Were you born at Rapid City Regional?
Of course.
Were you?
Yeah, I mean, probably had a different doctor, I'm assuming.
Probably, but your
You
doctor...
probably had a doctor. I had a baker.
Did you know, oh shoot, what Star Wars was it? Was that Attack of the Clones that would have been coming out in like 2002? Let me look that up real quick. Fill time, Jet.
Okay. So that was actually not true, and nobody tried to stick a toothpick in me. That's just a disclaimer to make sure that everybody knows. All right, nobody tried to kill me as a baby. I don't think.
Okay, it was Attack of the Clones. Did you know my mother was in the Elks Theater, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was the Elks, seeing Attack of the Clones when she went into labor with me, and my name was almost Anakin.
Really?
Yeah. That's like 100% truth.
What would you have done if your name was Anakin?
I don't know, burn? I mean, spoilers.
I mean, if you haven't seen it yet.
If you haven't seen it yet, what are you doing, guy? Come on.
Yeah, you shouldn't be listening to the show. You should be seeing
not.
it.
No.
Yeah, but anyway, another thing I'd like to talk about. Well, first of all, I guess my actual first memory was it was really weird. You know, my memories are all over the place. I couldn't tell you how old I was, but my most distinct memory.
Oh, I thought you
being
meant right
little-
now. You just weren't sure.
I'm about like 12 or 13 right
12,
now.
13, yeah.
Something like that. Seconds? I don't know.
So-
Anyway, I'd have to say my most distinct memory was I was on like the beach in California or Florida or something, you know, one of the two places with a Disney something close by.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of like your tree of life,
Yeah,
if you understand what I mean.
I don't.
When you're a little kid, that's the only places at least I went to a vacation.
How many times have you been to Disney?
Disney?
Uh-huh.
We used to go about like every other year.
Dude,
was-
seriously?
it was
Okay,
awesome.
I want to talk about Disneyland after that. Wait, Disneyland or World?
Well, I'm just combining both. I only went to the
Oh.
world like 2 times.
I gotcha.
But-
I like Disneyland better. I've only been to Disneyland.
Yeah, not that we're endorsing either one of these. You know, it exists.
It's the
a place
same
you can
company.
go. Oh, true, and it's a monopoly, so it doesn't
Yeah,
really
I was
matter.
gonna say there are corporate overlords, so I don't think we're really. Even if we tried to dox them, we're not making a dent.
It's like talking about BH. You know, it's our corporate.
Corporate overlords. Okay, so I'm sorry. Continue with your memory.
Well, basically, I was on like the beach or something near somebody's bonfire, and I had the bright idea. Sun was going down. You know, literal bright idea, like right in front of me. But there, you know, the ocean's there.
Mm-hmm.
What does the ocean taste like?
Salt.
Well, I found that out the hard way.
Yeah.
It made me a little
Yes, he did.
sickly.
Sickly. Gotcha.
I'll say that.
Okay, so before we go on to the next question, let's talk about Disney. Favorite ride? Let's just start there. Do you have
Tower
one?
of Terror.
I've never been on it. That's at a California Adventure, right?
I think so.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've never been on it.
I couldn't tell you what the different parks are, but definitely Tower of Terror.
That one's the more like roller coastery, and at the point in my life where I went to Disney, I wasn't like super into roller coasters. I was kind of I was a little bit of a scaredy cat kind of kid growing up. I was in like 4th grade. But yeah. So why Tower of Terror?
I really like that sinking feeling of falling.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I was just gonna say it's so morbid. I was gonna say it's a shame they catch you.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh, jeez.
No, it was
I've seen like videos of that ride, and to my understanding, the atmosphere is pretty immersive.
it's very immersive.
Yeah.
Seeing like the 3D ghosts in front of you and whatnot,
Oh yeah,
walking
yeah.
around.
They did that on the Haunted Mansion too. If you did
Okay.
that one,
I think so.
no, maybe yes.
Maybe.
There's a super cool part at the end of the, or not at the end. I don't know. Last time I was there was what, 4th grade? Jet was there, I guess, last week.
I'm
So
only about 12 seconds old, Jackson.
you're right. So there's this scene with like a ghost ballroom, and they're all like, there's a bunch of ghosts dancing together, and there's some ghost guy playing the piano, and you see through his fingers, but the keys are still going down, and that blew my 4th grade mind. It was so cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I had one day at Disney, and it was awesome.
Man.
It was a really good time. I gotta say, my favorite ride though of all time, Space Mountain.
Yes.
Gotta be. Space Mountain, I have like in my liked songs on Spotify, and shout out to my sister Danae, because she finds all this crazy film score and whatever music. I would have never thought to search out roller coaster themes from Disney, but the Space Mountain theme song is incredible.
Really?
It's so good. It's I don't think it's Zimmer. Let me find it
Okay.
and pray
Well,
that I'll be able to pronounce the name of the composer.
I'll fill some time here.
Okay.
I'd have to say another ride that I really liked was, do you remember the one where it's like the paragliding kind of? Where they like lift you up on the benches, but you don't actually like move around a lot?
It's Giacchino.
Giacchino. Yeah. Okay.
Is that how you pronounce that?
I think so.
I don't know. Giacchino. We'll call it Giacchino. Or wait, is it? This other one says Dick Dale.
It's not Dick Dale.
Who's Dick Dale?
Surf rock guy?
Oh,
I don't think he made Space Mountain.
that's what it says. That's what it's saying on Spotify.
Jackson, I don't think it's Dick Dale.
Who knows? He could be a man of many talents.
He did learn how to play the guitar upside down.
Oh wait, Dick Dale. He's I've never been able to pronounce this song name.
Miserlou?
Miserlou. Yeah. That's Pulp Fiction. That's the opener. I can't sing it. We're gonna get copyright because I'm just too good at singing. It's gonna be too accurate,
Gotcha.
and I don't really want to do that to the station.
I understand. You know, just when you do that saxophone wail, you always do the saxophone wail. It's incredible.
What saxophone whale?
The saxophone wail that you do.
Jet, I've never.
I'm
once-
winking at you right now.
because I'm supposed to make it up on the spot.
Yes, we're supposed to lie to our viewers to look cooler, like we always do. Well, you weren't supposed to do it. Because well, if you understand, because now you did it. Now the illusion's gone. All right, we could have had them just thinking that you do a really good saxophone wail.
I gotcha.
People come up to you, they're
But
like,
I did just do a really good saxophone wail. Tell me that's not spot on.
about to do another question.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Actually, it's 3:20.
It is not music time, Jet.
It's 3:20.
I am way more important than the music. Please ask me a question.
Okay. Favorite music videos of all time?
Favorite music videos of all time? Gotta be the first one that really comes to mind, which I don't know why, because I thought about this question before, but when you just asked me right now, the music video for Not Afraid by Eminem
Oh.
off of, is that Recovery, I think? I believe it's that album. That was like the first one that really got me into, like, when I was just discovering hip hop, and that video is so good.
Okay.
That's pretty much all I got to say about it. But a recent favorite, because I have been on a total Kanye West kick lately. All things Kanye. This weekend, for some reason, I don't know if I've just been going through the motions in college or whatever, but My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I've never listened to it like I listened to it this weekend, if that makes sense.
I get you.
Yeah.
I'd have to say. No, you go.
Yeah, so my other, and it's not even off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, it's off of his most recent album, Jesus is King, is the video for Closed on Sunday. It's shot on his ranch in Cody, Wyoming, and it's just pretty, and it's got a great message behind it. A lot of symbolism. I'm writing an analysis paper for my last paper of Comp 1 on it. Probably going to start that tonight, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, how about you?
I'd have to say, you already know.
Do I know?
I have been geeking out to
Oh.
Sean Wasabi.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely wonderful artist. What he does is he's one of those EDM artists that takes a lot of samples from different songs.
Would you call him EDM?
Technically, it's dance music. Makes me want to dance, right? It's called. I think the genre is called
Yeah.
cute EDM
Okay.
because it's adorable.
It is pretty cute.
And I would
it
have to
sounds kind of
say-
like Animal Crossing-esque.
He literally uses Animal Crossing sounds.
I know, that's why
So-
I said that. Guys, I didn't know that, even though I've known about Sean Wasabi.
He has a song called Animal Crossing.
Okay, well, I've known about Sean Wasabi for way longer than you. I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
Make the viewers know that I'm not a music elitist, but my taste is better than you, and
No, it's okay.
I know much more good music than you, and any music that you bring to me that I don't think is good is bad. But I'm not a music elitist.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a fake fan. So, I'd have to say Marble T, his music video for that, where I have been mesmerized by him playing the launch pad he has, the MIDI fighter.
Sure. And you're looking into those, aren't you?
I think I want one for Christmas.
Yeah.
Just the idea of basically what it is it's a little finger drumming pad that you can play your heart out on. You can have it set up to be melodic. You can really program it to do anything that you want.
Yeah.
I just need to learn how to program
That's the thing
the
about
thing like that.
about MIDI is there's just so many possibilities to, assign different inputs to do different things that it's incredible. It's why we're seeing just a revolution in the last 10 years after more people have started utilizing it, and it's easier for just some kid who's 16 in his basement to start producing. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have risen to the top who have real talent. But you ever think about how many people way back before, the internet, and you could really get your music out there and have these programs to do what you wanted to do? You ever think about like how much talent probably goes unnoticed?
That's crazy.
Because if we're being honest, being famous is kind of a fluke.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
No,
I worded that incorrectly. You can have all the talent in the world, and often it can go completely unrecognized, and it'll just be a hobby for you, or it can solidify you in history. But you got to think about how many people just never were at the right place at the right time, just didn't get noticed.
Yeah.
It's interesting, I think.
Now, what if you think about the opposite? How many people were in the right place at the right time that got noticed that didn't deserve it? We can't say anyone.
We can't say anyone, but I'm thinking of somebody. He may or may not have just had a recent album come out.
Okay. All right. You probably already said too much.
If we're on the same wavelength, text me about it and we'll rant about how bad the album was.
Oh, man. All right. Should we throw him back to some music?
Yeah, because I actually kind of have to go to the bathroom because of that Red Bull I drank.
Yeah. Thank you for bearing with us for about 23 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be throwing you straight into halftime, I believe.
Straight in. This is halftime already?
This is going to be halftime.
Wow.
We're going to give you enough time to do your duties. And yeah.
Okay. Maybe just, turn on the music, buddy.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be back. How's it going, everybody? You're back on with DUNCH, the show where we talk about everything and yet somehow nothing at the same time. Am I right, Jet?
Yeah. How did we get nowhere today?
I don't know. Just rambling.
Just rambling?
Just rambling. You ever heard that song, Ramblin' Man?
Ramblin' Man? I've not.
No? Oh, I got a world of music to show you after the show today, Jet.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, right back into some questions, I think, is the best avenue to take.
So I see Jet lost his job.
Mm-hmm.
LOL.
Yeah. Which you did.
Okay.
Do you want to explain to the people why you got fired?
Okay, so I got fired because there's something that exists called Zoom, right? And my job consisted of me recording city council meetings with a camera.
Yeah.
They can just hit the record button on Zoom,
I still
which
think...
they do a Zoom format no matter what. So my job kind of came a little bit redundant, and I got they kind of let me they let me
They
go.
fired you.
They let me go. I got
No, they
replaced by a
fired you.
robot,
They
Jackson.
fired you. Yeah, well, it's gonna happen to all of us one day. So.
Why did it happen to me? I'm only 19.
Yeah, no, Jet got fired basically because he was just kind of screaming and scrambling behind the camera. You couldn't hear any of the city council people. I'm also told he tried to set up a slip and slide. I'm pretty sure records say in city council and go down it in just his tighty whities.
No.
Is what I'm being told.
Well, there was about 16 police officers there. I can assure you that did not happen.
What does that have to do with 16
So,
police officers?
Jackson, let's talk about some highs and lows. For the week,
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
Let's say, where should I go with this?
What do you mean?
I guess, where do I put losing my job?
That's up to you.
It's a high.
That's totally a high.
It's definitely a high.
Yep, so you heard it here first, folks. Jet got fired from his job because he was high.
No.
Yep.
Mom, that's not true. That is not true,
Just
Mom.
doing tons of whippets and slipping and sliding all in that city council.
No,
That's what official records have been saying.
How would you have access to official records?
I would have access through Zoom. You know, it's kind of the way of the future. That's how we're getting our information around these days.
All right.
So,
But actually, though, the
Yeah.
job, losing it, I'm not like, my heart's not broken. There wasn't a lot of income from it, and it frees up a lot of time that I kind of
my heart's kind of broken. Now I got to hang out with Jet on Thursday nights, too.
It was on Monday nights.
Oh, yeah. That's even worse.
Actual
what about
high
you,
for the
yeah?
week. Actual high for the week, stayed sober, but
What?
actual high for the week. No,
Oh,
it's-
high like, okay. Gotcha. High like,
No.
so, okay.
it had to
I'm
be
following you.
had to be Sean Wasabi.
Just
highlight.
delving into Sean Wasabi?
Yeah, not that I'm endorsing him or anything, but
No.
I am.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yep. Point blank.
He's just, I don't know. It's just a very unique style I didn't think I'd run across.
I'd
So
agree. Yeah.
I've been throwing on headphones, walking around, ignoring everyone I walk past. They're all like, "Hey, how you doing today?"
Oh, that's what I've been doing. Do you listen to music as you're walking up? I guess you don't really walk up to the stew like before the show.
I do it every way I walk now.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that pretty much all year, but especially I pay attention to what I'm listening to on the way to come do the show.
Really?
It's like, yeah, it's almost like you see basketball players coming out of the tunnel and they got their beats on and their suitcase behind them, and it's like, oh, they're in the zone. I'm trying to get in the zone, man.
Okay. I got you.
So I've been listening to mostly Kanye, a little bit of Little Uzi. I just said Little Uzi. Lil, it's pronounced Lil because it's
Little?
Lil. Small Uzi. He actually is kind of small. He's like 5'3".
Wow.
Yeah.
Short.
He's, I mean, no like short shame in here or anything, but
Short.
he's a shorter guy.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with being short.
No, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
What would your high for the week have to be?
High for the week? Oof. I got to go home this week and just had a really good time hanging out with my parents and watching football.
Gotcha.
Honestly, I don't know why conversation, not even about the game, conversation just flows when we're all down there in the basement munching down and wrestling around in something my mom whipped up. It's always delicious and we're always just having a good time, you know?
I thought you like actually meant like wrestling, like you were just wrestling your family.
No, I elbow dropped my own mother. Suplex. No, I would have to split it with that, or I got to see Ethan, my buddy from NDSU, and I got to hang out with Gunner, a fella that we used to do theater with, and it was just 3 boys in a saltwater hot tub.
Was it actually saltwater?
It was. I'm feeling baby smooth today, I gotta tell you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
All right. Low for the week.
Low for the week. On a real note, I'm one of those people that no matter what I do or what group I'm in, there's only like a select few friends that I feel like I don't have to worry about this anymore. But anytime I'm with new people or somebody that I'm not that closely acquainted with, it's always just buzzing around my head. Oh, I bet they don't want me here. You know, it's like that everybody hates me behind my back kind of mentality. And this weekend was the realest time, obviously without dropping any names or anything, but that got validated. That somebody really, really didn't like me behind my back. Just because of my mannerisms, whatever, the way that I carry myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll be honest, it rocked me a little bit.
You want to know why it rocks you though? Because that doesn't really, you're not used to it. It's not the fact that I bet people are very honest with you. I think about it, and I don't think there's hardly anyone on this planet that actually really thinks that they don't want you there.
Well, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's just like I've always sort of relied on the fact, oh, if they didn't like me, I would know. Like I thought I was good enough at picking up social cues or whatever to know, and I would think that that's why I didn't have to worry about it. But this one came completely out of the blue, absolutely blindsided me. And it honestly changed things. I think that's one of the reasons, actually, I was listening to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy in such a different... Because that's behind all the catchy hooks and the experimental sound engineering and whatever that Kanye brings to the table. That is an emotional album.
Okay.
And it was something, I'll tell you. Yeah, sorry, that was probably a little too real for whatever.
You have another low. It's actually in the archives.
I have another low?
Yeah.
Oh, when I went to Einstein's, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to Einstein's just trying to get a bagel sandwich, and I think we can all agree that sandwiches are better when they're cut into triangles diagonally rather than, just rectangles vertically and or horizontally. So I go there and I get my bagel sandwich, and they cut it vertically.
Seriously.
Now, granted, it is a circle, so I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to cut it into triangles, but still, it did not taste as good. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I want it cut into 2 triangles.
2 triangles, or a dinosaur would also be acceptable.
Okay.
Like a rabbit. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Favorite dinosaur?
Yeah, that's a great question I hadn't thought of.
Triceratops.
Triceratops?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think everyone that picks a Triceratops is kind of a sweetheart, They kind of...
Okay.
I'm just really talking myself up here.
Oh, I know. I can tell.
Kind of... You're a stockier fellow. You're very grounded. Very down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm short shaming dinosaurs right
Sure.
now. But no, it's like, you're a bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but you're not showing off too much, but if someone tries to pick on you, you're not going to budge.
Yeah, I get it.
That's why I like it. That's why I aspire to be as a Triceratops.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I'm switching my major.
To Triceratops.
I think so.
Triceratopsical studies.
Isn't that what archaeology is all about?
Probably. It's pretty much just Triceratops.
Yeah, it's trying to become a dinosaur. Otherwise, why else are you looking for the bones? Yeah.
Makes sense to me, gotta say. I can find nothing wrong with that logic.
Yeah. My low for the week?
Mm-hmm.
Workload.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm sure. It's a good
Why?
thing you got fired then.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
No.
Real blessing.
Okay. No, so explain workload.
Workload? I just have a lot that is kind of piling up.
Talking about school-wise or...
School-wise.
Mostly school-wise, yeah.
A little bit like socially too, but it all falls back on school-wise, right? If I wasn't so involved with activities, as well as, my classes, like trying to seek out a challenge. Like for an example, I chose for my audio production class, which is kind of radio stuff, and like really how I kind of got into this thing.
Hang on, this is on the radio?
This is.
I gotta go. I'm sorry, man. I did not know this was gonna be on the radio. I thought we were just talking.
Yeah, well, you haven't sworn at all.
I haven't, no. That's because I never have sworn in my entire life.
Sure.
My entire life, I don't think I've ever said a swear word. Come to think of it, swear words, not even sure what those are. So, actually.
Yeah, should I explain it? I could list a few off for
Yeah, you
right
could
now
give some examples on air, loudly, and, with a lot of gusto. I love that word.
Gusto.
Gusto? Gustav.
Okay. But, yeah, I'd have to say workload kind of coming up from school. I do it to myself, and my mom knows this for sure. I always pick a really hard topic. Like, for example, we have to do either a documentary, podcast, or a play. And you bet your bottom dollar I chose to do a musical.
The easiest thing to do, right?
Yeah, the easiest thing to do. Granted, it's only 10 minutes, so it's not like that crazy. But
Sure.
with,
That's still a lot of writing, and
I have like 2 6-page papers to do otherwise.
yeesh.
So, and I need to do that before this is all over.
Yeah. That's another thing that I forgot to mention is Jet had Dumbo brain, and so he couldn't drive himself home on Friday, and so I had to give the guy a lift.
What was wrong with my brain?
He had Dumbo brain. I'll be honest.
What is Dumbo brain?
Well, just think about how you were acting on Friday.
I said,
There's
Jet,
your answer, fella. So I had to give Jet a ride back to Rapid City, and just the whole way there, Jackson, my iPad's not working. Jackson, are we there yet? I had to just throw bug juices in his mouth to get him to shut up for 12 minutes so I could focus on the road. You probably grabbed the wheel 14 times
15.
in that drive.
Yeah, 15
Yeah, he
times.
tried to make us ram an 18-wheeler just because the guy looked at us weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were both going the same direction.
So it's okay to ram him?
I don't understand what the issue is. It's not like I'm hitting him head on.
You know
Well,
what?
you're hitting him head on. You're the one behind the wheel.
Yeah,
So.
I'm the one who's going to get in trouble. No, Jet, what was wrong with your car again? I forget.
Nothing. Another car in the family has hail damage.
Oh, that's right. So they had to borrow your car, so I got stuck with the burden of driving you back to Rapid. But in doing so, I got to meet your mother and your cat. That was cool.
I don't have a cat.
Don't make me think I'm going crazy like you.
I'm
'Cause
not crazy.
Jet is still seeing things and making up people that aren't there.
I saw her. She was right there.
Do you want to
could see her
explain to
through-
people who may not have heard the last episode
Okay.
who her refers to?
All right. So basically, there's this really objectively beautiful girl just around. And I don't want to describe her at all in case, she doesn't want to be exposed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who wouldn't want to be exposed, but, I guess
Sure.
she's got
just
Here's what it is. You know who you are. Come up to me.
no. Hey, guy.
No, I'm kidding.
Don't you have a girlfriend?
I do have a girlfriend.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's what
very
I was
happy
thinking.
with her.
So basically, honestly, he's made this persona up for this girl that he claims to be seeing around all the time, and oh, Jackson, she exists, and oh, right before you came to the studio, she was sitting right over there.
Yeah, and now she's gone.
Okay.
That's all.
I don't think she was ever there. I think me showing up, you're like, oh, well, I can't lie to him point blank right here.
What do you think I'm seeing, like mirages? Because
Yes.
I'm not drink.
Absolutely.
She's an oasis. You don't get it.
Okay, well, maybe let's just move on now.
Yeah. No. Here's my apology to Brooke. I'm sorry.
Just live on the air.
To be serious, I truly do not like. Other than the fact that she's pretty, I know nothing about her, and I'm pretty sure that she's like just as awkward as I am. So
I'm digging a deeper hole, man.
no, you got to understand. I don't think we would even like be friends with each other.
Because she doesn't exist.
Well, you can have an imaginary friend,
You can,
but she is
nobody
real.
else
She's
gonna-
real though. She's real.
But nobody else is going to be able to see that person or interact with them or
Are you saying I should just ignore this person? That's kind of rude.
your imaginary friend? Yes.
Yeah.
You're 19.
Well, imaginary.
That's just
We're not even
That's
acquainted.
just schizophrenia.
It's not schizo. You don't understand.
You have a shortened name for it, which means you've come, you've thought about this before.
No.
Anytime you're shortening the name of something like that, I don't know what to tell you, fella.
I'm not crazy.
Well, that's, who says that?
Jackson, she was right there. You
Okay,
can
I
see
don't
it.
care. He's pointing to where he thinks she was, but we gotta move on. All right.
I'm starting to believe that she isn't real.
Good. That's the funny thing is, all jokes aside, I believe that she is real. But it's really funny to just, call Jet out on it and say that he's seeing people. And I think in doing so, I'm making him more crazy than if I would just acknowledge the fact that he's not crazy and he's not actually just making up people. But for the sake of the bit, she doesn't exist. So let's move on.
You broke the bit. It doesn't exist anymore. You can't go back to it. No, you can. It's real. But she's not.
But
real.
she's not.
But she is real.
Okay.
Is she real?
Huh? No.
Oh.
Okay, we got to get out of this, Jet. You're
Okay.
going down a rabbit hole here.
Jackson,
Yeah.
what is one of your favorite elementary school memories?
Elementary school memories. Ooh. Jeez, that's a really good one. And I feel like I had an answer for it, and now I forgot it. Oh, no, I got a good one. Okay, so I grew up in the valley of Rapid City, and it was always windy there. And so we had this really tall silver pole, and a game we used to play. It was kind of like, did you ever play 500?
500.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Where
so.
you would say like, you would take a football. One guy has a football, and the other guys are standing down there in a mob, and you'd go, 100 dead, and if you call it dead, then it can hit the ground, and they can still retrieve it and get those points. And there's like, you can call a mystery box and have something like sticky feet where they can't move for so many rounds, or if you call it alive, then they have to catch it before it hits the ground, or else they don't get the points. And the first guy to accumulate the points to get to 500 gets to be the next thrower.
Oh, that's actually awesome.
It's a really fun game. So we used to kind of do a game like that, except I would make a little Lego Man parachute with a grocery bag, like a plastic bag, and then yarn and a Lego guy, and I would stand up on the silver thing that was, it was tall to us back then.
Okay.
And I would throw the guy up, and it was a windy day, so everybody would run after it, and whoever got to catch it got the points or whatever. I don't remember all the logistics of the game, but I tell you, we had so much fun doing that.
Okay.
That's a really obscure random memory that just kind of popped into my head when you said that. That was weird.
Man.
Yeah. How about you?
I have a lot. I really liked going to the library. Not that I'd actually read the book, because you had to check out a book. You were forced to check out a book. I don't know about you. We were forced to check out books.
Yeah, no, we were.
So what I would do is I would just pick a book with a pretty cover, usually a Warriors book.
Dude.
And I'd just be like, yep, this is awesome. I maybe read 2 of those books, and I think over 100, probably 300 books went through my fingertips. And I read 2 of them.
And so what were you doing in the library?
I would just kind of walk around. It was just really cool to go through this library, because it would always be the morning.
Oh.
And you'd have all this light pouring in and going through the shelves where there's missing books and whatnot, and you just get these really cool streams of sunlight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my elementary school library was a pretty happy place, I'd say. Did you guys have those Star Wars encyclopedias in your library?
I don't think so.
No, you could never get them either, because there was I swear there was a VIP wait list to get these books, because somebody always had them checked out. Just a huge encyclopedia from each movie, I'm pretty sure. And so it would go through the different blasters and different lightsaber stuff, different characters and all the background on them. Your sand speeder or whatever, the different vehicles. It would show you the different parts of it.
That's so cool.
It was so cool, but you could never get them. It was those books that were always highly sought after. The Guinness Book of World Records, you could never get that one.
Yep.
And then Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Those were usually taken.
I love those
Goosebumps
books.
were also
forever.
gone pretty often.
Yeah.
What else?
A weird-
Diary of a Wimpy Kid was gone a lot, as well as Origami Yoda when that was starting to get big.
Oh, I remember those.
Mm-hmm.
Origami Yoda. Wow. Blast from the past. Okay, there's a good question. What Diary of a Wimpy Kid book did you stop at?
Did I stop at? Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And you can just call it color.
Purple?
Purple? You stopped at purple?
Yeah, that was the 7th one, right?
Would have had to be up there. I stopped at a old school, the black one. I think that was the last one I ever read, and that was like freshman year. I honestly kept it going till like
Really?
freshman
That's probably
year.
like 9, right? Because they had lime green after purple, I think.
Yeah.
And then
No, that was lime green was Hard Luck, and that one came out.
or was that
after.
5?
I'm not sure. We're saying this when we could just be looking up the picture, but that'd take too long. Do you have a favorite?
Favorite?
Favorite book and then favorite movie of the series?
I think Cabin Fever. And
Cabin Fever was awesome.
the first movie.
Really? Okay, interesting. I'd have to say, what was the brown one? I forget what the name of it was, but that's the one where he like goes to the dance with the girl, and there's the whole chicken pox thing with Rowley, and it's a classic. But
I
my
feel
favorite,
like I had that one.
my
That
favorite-
must have been the 5th one.
my favorite
Maybe?
movie has to be Roderick Rules. Easy. That's just such a good. Roderick was such a good character. I actually thought about going as him for Halloween next year.
How would you do that? Just like tape a bunch of paper to you?
Dude, eyeliner. I need to get those like 2000 spike bracelets. I would make like a loaded diaper tee.
I mean, I get what you
T-shirt.
mean, but it'd be also really funny to try and go as the drawing.
Okay, now I get what you mean.
Go as a stick figure.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. All I need is my Holly Hills
Yeah, you just got to
taking
pull
applications.
just pull a Joaquin Phoenix and just starve yourself a little bit for the role.
Dude, that's one of the most dedicated. I don't know what the Joker does. Isn't there like a curse around that role or something? I've heard.
For your health or something like that?
For your health and for your mental health and your just general well-being. I don't know, man.
Honestly, yeah, I bet so.
Yeah.
I didn't really think of that, but
Do you have a favorite Joker?
favorite Joker?
Mhm.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay, yeah, I feel bad saying that just because people will always be like, "Oh, that's the new one. That's crap."
Look, here's the
But-
thing. The Heath Ledger Joker was a really good trickster, and that's why you're in love with him.
Mhm.
He fulfilled that role so unbelievably well
Yeah.
because people will always point to the one scene where they're in the interrogation room.
Yup. Exactly.
Because the Joker has no power physically, yet he puts himself on a pedestal above everyone around him,
Yeah.
right? Specifically above Batman, and it's driving him crazy because he feels like he has him there, and then Joker makes him feel like he does not have him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I got to say Joker, what was that? Just 2019? That movie came out?
I think so.
One of my favorite movies of all time, and you can say what you want about it being exactly like what's the movie Taxi Driver?
Baby Driver?
No, I don't think so. That they're like similar, but wow, just something happens to me when you put me in the atmosphere of that movie. Because you want to talk atmosphere, that movie nailed it with Hans. Oh, was it Hans?
I don't think so.
The person who did the score. It's like a really crazy G name after that. Joker. Hildar. Wow, that is a tough name to pronounce.
Yeah, isn't it Swedish or something like that?
Oh,
Is
probably.
it Swedish?
Sure. We'll go with that. No, just the low cello and like, yeah, just everything about it. It's just got really, really good atmosphere. With
Oh, I could not pronounce that.
I know.
I was like,
You just
I was
took a
like,
look
I
at
got
it,
this in
didn't
the
you?
bag. And
Uh-oh.
there's a few different letters I've never seen in my life in there.
And one of them is just M.
That's what that's called?
Yeah.
Really?
I've been calling it upside down W.
I've been calling it double N.
All right. Do you want to hit another question, guy?
Another question? Actually, we hit our time. It's 4:01 right now.
No, it is not.
It sure is.
We only did one more music break, or we only did one music break, didn't we?
We sure did. Yeah.
Well,
How greedy of us,
Yeah.
really.
you sure there's not one more question you want to touch down on?
All right.
So I
Welcome
always
to
feel bad when I'm answering a question and I don't know that it's the last question. You got to give them a grand finale.
Okay. All right.
Do
So
you want to do the painter
let's do
one?
another one. Yeah, so first of all, welcome to our new segment called DUNCH Overtime.
Dunch overtime, baby.
I apologize for if that was loud. I realized I funneled all the air into the microphone. So, which one did you want to do?
the painter one, I guess.
Should we do the painter one or should we do dipping sauce?
Why don't we do both?
Combine the question. Okay. which famous artist do you think uses too much dipping sauce?
Um,
I'd have to say Vincent van Gogh.
You
right?
think?
Because, I mean, he needed
Because
something
he
else.
can't hear how much he's
Well,
he's dipping.
No, he needed something else to dip in his sauce because he put too much. So he's like, well, the ear's going first.
Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Mike Tyson made it popular. So, what is that, keto?
Anyway, so, okay, let's answer the actual questions. How much dipping sauce is too much dipping sauce? We'll say, I assume this is for a nugget. I'm just going to...
Just a baseline thing.
Yeah. So, are you Dunkin' and pulling straight out, or are you a Dunkin' scoop kind of guy?
Dunkin' kind of like a little bit of both, right?
I think it
that kind of like twist a little bit to make
Okay.
sure you're not losing that drop, but you're not actually scooping like.
And specifically, what sauce are we talking about?
That's a good question.
'Cause-
I would say barbecue is a good one.
Arguably, you could call wasabi a dipping sauce.
Yeah,
Nobody's
maybe,
dunking and scooping into that.
Okay, ranch. How about ranch?
I think ranch is the most universal, or maybe that's just Midwest, but that's a pretty... Yeah.
I mean, we are Midwestern.
And ketchup is just ketchup, so I don't... Do you count that as a dipping sauce?
No, it's just an essential.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's like going to school with your pencil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course you're gonna have ketchup.
Yeah, sounds about right.
You forget your ketchup. You're like, oh, this is gonna be a dry day.
This is gonna be a rough day. Okay, so ranch, nugget, I'm dunking, and I'm scraping the walls a little bit. I'm giving her, I'm trying to think, a little bit of an angle, slight tilt, so that I don't just dunk and pull straight out. You know,
Okay, I gotcha.
that's where I'm going with it. I don't know about you. Here's the thing: is it's gonna be different in drive-through or after drive-through or in the restaurant, because if I'm in the restaurant, I know I can go right back and get more if I run out. But I'll be honest, we got Wendy's Sunday night, and I was a little frugal, and then I made the mistake. I was too frugal, and I still had ranch left over, and I was out of nuggets.
Oh no.
It was awful. I wanted to just throw the TV tray right at the
Yeah.
screen there.
Not that, Wendy's exists. Not that they did anything wrong or anything particularly.
No, that was all on me.
Yeah, it was just you got to pace yourself, man.
You gotta pay. Yeah. Well, I was pacing myself too much.
Yeah. I'd have to say, what amount of dipping sauce is too much dipping sauce?
Mm-hmm.
For that, I would have to say, too much sauce. You mean like just to have total, or too much sauce on a nug? I think we're going off a nug.
On a nug.
On a
yeah,
nug.
for sure.
Yeah, and nug is just short for nugget. That's slang we're just throwing out here. So on your nug, I would say I'd dip probably down to about where I'm holding it.
Okay.
So
You don't get your
not-
fingers all in there.
Not quite the fingers in there, but I'm borderline. I enjoy the sauce being well covered, but I don't like a clump of the sauce, if you know what I mean. I don't really like when you scoop stuff out and you have a heap of sauce, right?
Understandable.
That kind of ruins it for me, right? Because I'm still trying to enjoy the nugget.
For what it is, and it's different where the nugget is from. See, there's just too many factors. Dunk how much you want.
Yeah, you
We'll say
dunk how
that.
much you want.
Yeah.
This is a baseline. We're just two guys that dunk their nugs a little differently.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
fantastic finale.
Was that the finale?
Was it, or do you want to talk about the famous artists?
I
Because
think
I
we could
only
do
know
that.
Vincent van Gogh, Leonardo da Vinci,
DiCaprio.
and I mean, obviously you, because you sneezed on a wall.
Yeah, I'd call myself probably one of the greats of my time. That's why I'm named Jackson. I actually was. That's what I didn't tell you guys, is I was named Anakin until I sneezed on my wall, and then obviously I was named after Pollock for his famous kind of splatter style, because sneezing blood. No, I'd say because when it comes to art, for me, I'm way more into abstract expressionism rather than realism. I
Okay.
don't know. It's just always... I find it more interesting to delve into the subconscious. So I would have.
What would you abstract? Like, where would you start to get to the abstract?
What do you mean?
So, there's what people call abstract. I think is that actually contemporary? Because
Oh yeah.
the actual abstract is when you take something, say a cow, and you turn it into just a series of shapes where you can still maybe recognize it, maybe not.
See, that's the thing is I feel like all of my favorite abstract artists, sometimes they are trying to, use these shapes to actually make things that are things, and sometimes the shapes more represent ideas. Like, I would probably have Joan Miro do my painting.
Okay.
And it would just be a one-on-one solo sesh with me and Joan, and we'd be in there, and the canvas is here, and I'd tell him what I wanted him to represent in my life, and I would, give him some background, I would give him some mood and some emotion, and all these big things in my life, and I would see what he would create so that I would know what everything represents, but nobody else might necessarily, because every time I paint, and my style is pretty much just that of abstract expressionism, I will never, ever, ever tell people what anything represents, because that has to be up to them.
Okay.
Because I want my art to be able to transcend just me, and I want somebody else to be able to assign their own meaning to everything, because I just think it's cool that one of the things about abstract expressionism is you can see so many different things and what you want everything to represent. I'm rambling now.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very in the eye of the beholder.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I would have to say something I'm really just more interested to see is, I don't know a specific artist for this, but I'm really into vaporwave.
Oh yeah.
That aesthetic where it's all the neon on the grid landscape with, just random floating objects.
Where did the statue of David come into vaporwave?
I'm not sure, but here's what I'm thinking. How will vaporwave, like, will there be another vaporwave that comes out for, like, each year? Well, like, what's my birth year gonna look like? What's that kind of vaporwave going to be?
Interesting.
How will that evolve over time? And at what point in my life would I be ready to use that evolution of that art form? Because that's the type I would want to use, where it's like you take something away from where it should be and you just put it in this kind of void. Like that one episode of SpongeBob where they're in just the white area with all the squares.
That episode is actually, it has so many deeper meanings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm just thinking.
Was that SB129?
I couldn't tell you.
I'm pretty sure it is, actually. Because I know everything, so it's not like a big deal, but yeah.
Anyway.
Do you have any specific artists that you would want to, not necessarily about your life, but that you would want one of their works in your house?
Ooh. Declaration of Independence. No.
Yeah, okay.
That's really interesting. One thing I'm really interested in is like renders, like 3D renders.
Oh, okay.
I just think those are super cool, but I couldn't name a specific artist.
Gotcha.
I just don't know it, but the really like complex scenes where there's more going on, like really realistic first of all, and it looks like something that you wouldn't be able to even focus on at once with your eyes. Like it would probably be too busy if it wasn't just made that 2D thing there, right?
Interesting.
Your depth perception would probably try and focus on a specific bit, but then...
Have I ever shown you anything by, and I hope I don't butcher this name, it's Benchevsky, I think?
I couldn't tell you.
Bekshensky. He's a Polish painter who he saw like a lot of the horrors from World War I, and he uses this weird like dream logic. Like he has this one where these doors are just floating, and I would never be able to begin to describe anything that he's created, but he also uses like a lot of architecture
Um,
in his stuff and war helmets. And I'm showing Jet one right now.
Oh, that's Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's
there.
Notre Dame, but it appears to be made out of bones.
Yeah, you showed me that.
I did?
Mhm.
Okay. I absolutely adore his work. And he did photography too, and a lot of people really didn't like his photography because it was more surreal than the straight photography style that was really popular at the time, where, you know, back then the idea was you use light to try and create as accurate representation of the textures that exist within the photo. And Benchesky, I keep feeling like I'm butchering that name. This guy just kind of threw all that out the window and said, I'm going to make some art. And I really like it when people do that, because often greatness happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's a decent finale.
I think that's a pretty decent finale, yeah.
Yeah, it's only 4:13. We only
4:13.
overstepped our boundary by
It's that
quite
time
a
of
bit.
day where we end the show. We're done.
Exactly.
We're out of here. We're done. It's over.
Go home.
Go home. No, but really, thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you listening every week, obviously.
And please, criticism.
Yeah,
We would like to know how this episode went.
let us know. Don't tell us anything we're doing right. Don't tell us you like the show. Just say, this is what sucked. Right?
Yeah.
And where can they reach us? On YouTube?
You can look up D space U space N space C space H. Dunch with a space between every letter in all caps.
Yeah. And that's how you'll find our YouTube channel, and we have older episodes on there, so if you want to backtrack, if you like what you heard today, you can feel free to backtrack all the way.
And you will find all of them except for the very first episode.
Yeah, why's that? Because
Well.
Jet messed it up.
And also the first 5 minutes of episode 5.
Oh, yeah, when we set the scene. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
Episode 5 might be my favorite. That's up right now.
Ooh, I like 5, 6, and 7.
I guess
think.
you'll have to go find out why we like him so much.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go give him a little listen there, guy.
Yeah. But, hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I'm going to let you listen to your music that
Have a good week. Have a good month. Have a good year.
We will see you at 3 o'clock next week.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Till then, we will not be on the air.
that is true.
Jet, what's the station? I forgot. We're supposed to plug that like every hour.
Oh, yeah. Well, I played a sweeper in the middle of it.
Oh, did
so
you?
We're good. But
All right, cool.
thank you for listening to 89.1 KVHU, 90.7 KJKT, The Buzz, where music comes first.
Except when we're talking. But also, I don't know where that radio voice just came from.
Which one?
All right, we got to end this episode, guy.
All right.
This conversation is not over. We are going to be talking about this.
I understand.
Yeah.
You're listening to 89.1 KBHU and 90.7 KJKT The Buzz, where music comes first.